What's up everyone, Jammy here, back again with some more WWE Champions content. And today, as you can see from the left side of the screen, we are going to be doing a skill plate review. And we are going to be doing that on the new Piper's Power plate, the purple edition. So the plate, whenever you make 4 or more Pyro Gems, in this instance you will increase all of your gem damage by 100% and you will increase your purple gem damage by 500% for 1 turn. And we are going to take a look at a list of characters that I have gone through and found that this plate will be useful for. We have a list of 10. So let's get started on the list and let's go and take a look at the first. Okay, so in at number 10 then we have the Ultimate Disruptor, Logan Paul. Now, I will admit this is a little bit of a janky moveset. There's 2 ways you can run this to get the multis. So you can do the figure 4 lead lock, which is a sub, and the remaining subs will leave you with multiply gems of strength 4. The corner dodge chops will make 6 random multiplies into Pyro Gems, which generate purple when broken. And you have the dodge strike combo to choose 7 to make into blue, which you will obviously use to break the Pyros. I'm not a big fan of this one, honestly, because it is a random placement of these Pyros in terms of which multiplies will break. So if you do it with the submission, you have a lot of options and you can very potentially get those Pyros a lot higher on the board than you want. The other option you can do is to use Shoot Kicks. Shoot Kicks has a 3x6 area of multiply gems, less multiplies to pick up on. It is only 4 MP, and if you use a glowing phantom skill plate you can also recharge this every turn. But yeah, I don't like it either way, purely because of the random placement of these Pyros, but it is an option, so I had to put it in there. And yeah, that is Logan Paul in at number 10. So let's go and see who is our number 9. Alright, number 9, we have Rhea Bloody Ripley of the Judgment Day. Now, another one where certainly not the best moveset. It's not going to be her best moveset, I don't think, and this is, I believe this is going to be quite awkward to load outside of tours. I don't think this is feasible to run for feud or showdown or anything where you can't get the additional MP. But it does work. So it's a 2-turn setup. The Nightmare Lock will do sub gems, which will leave leech gems on the board. You can then place down the Northern Lights Suplex and put down a 5x1 of Pyros. Honestly, I mean that if you break them, it will recycle itself. But in honesty, you're only really putting them down to increase the damage. And then you've got the Riptide, which turns leech gems into purple, which obviously will turn any leech gems remaining from the Nightmare Lock. I don't think for a minute this is going to be a great moveset, but it does work. So again, same as with Logan Paul, I had to put it in because it works. And yeah, that's going to be Rhea. So on from her, and we go to the next. Okay, so up next we have Tongaloa of the new Bloodline. Now this one runs a lot smoother than the previous 2, so triple blue. You got the belly to back suplex, which will create your Pyro Gems. The Pyros will create purple. The back elbow splash you can use to choose up to 6 blue gems. I think this goes to 7 at 6 gold. And obviously you're looking to use that to break these Pyro Gems. And then on the off chance you don't break enough, you can use the diving headbutt, which makes a 7x2 in blue, and then also makes a 7x2 into purple. So you've got a double shot there. You can use either to break enough of these Pyros to blow up the board, and obviously because of the belly to back suplex, it will set off the plate. So that's Tonga Loa, and let's go see who we have next. And up next we are getting down with the DOWG at number 7 with Snoop Dogg, the top dog. So Snoop actually has this tricolour here, which you can actually use to set off the pirate plate twice. So Gems and Juice is what you'll use to make your pyros that make purple. You've got Drop It Like It's Hot, which makes pyros which turn into leeches. And the next episode, which could generate 5 black, which will obviously be used to break these. Now obviously you can see immediately Drop It Like It's Hot does not do enough immediately to make to set off the plate, so you would need a pyro generation trainer or coach to increase this. But the way I view it is that you can actually run this a little bit like William Regal's double pyro moveset. So if you place the Gems and Juice on the bottom row, if you say you have enough to make 2 full rows, Gems and Juice on the bottom row, you can do Drop It Like It's Hot on the row above, and then the next episode you would try and make a double row break. So you would first make row 6 and then row 7, so that it breaks these pyros first to make the leeches, and then this pyro to make the purples, which will blow up the whole board along with the leeches. It would entail needing to use a purple charge, make purple and charge yellow plate to be able to recycle the whole thing. But yeah, it would definitely work. I don't know what damage it would do. The leeches, as you can see, I mean mine's only 5 gold, but the leeches aren't particularly strong, so you're not going to get a great deal of damage from that, but a double boost of the pyro plate would certainly help with that. So yeah, definitely works, and definitely a possible for a double proc on the plate. So that is Snoop Dogg in at number 7. And then in at number 6, we just mentioned him, is William Regal himself, Blue Blood Regal. So obviously not certainly going to be Regal's most conventional build, but certainly it is one that if you don't have the yellow Piper plate, this is definitely an option for Regal. So his Regal Cutter makes the pyros which turn into multipliers of strength 7. Again, if you can use a pyro trainer to generate more, you can get a bottom row. You'd use the Tiger Bomb then to break the row of pyros, and then that obviously creates a bunch of multiply gems, which you would then use the Regal Knee to convert a 3x7 area into purples. Like I said, not his best moveset, I know. I don't know what the damage would be on this. It's only a single proc of the pyro plate, but it would definitely work. And like I said, it is an alternative if you don't have a yellow pyro plate. So yeah, definitely an option. And that at number 6 is William Regal. At number 5 then, we go back to the Bloodline, and we have the new tribal chief Solo Sikoa, or to shout out the legendary David E, it is Solo Sikoa. So Solo, nice simple moveset here. The Samoan Splash, you make 40 into Pyro Gems that will make purple. Spinning Solo increases your purple gem damage, and then choose 2 rows to destroy, which obviously you would use to destroy the Pyros. And then the Savat Kick is a nice simple MP charge to refill both of these after. So nice and simple moveset would give you a proc of the plate, and then the Spinning Solo gives you a nice boost on your purple gem damage as well. So number 5 done at Solo, and we move on to number 4. And at number 4 it is time to follow the Fireflies as we unleash Mercy, the Buzzard, Dexter Loomis. So Dexter has his triple purple moveset here. The spinning spinebuster makes 47 into pyros, which will generate purple when broken. You have the slingshot suplex. This is a little bit risky to use because it makes random pyros into multiply gems, so you do run the risk of losing some of your bottom row pyros. And then the suplex leg drop combo to make 7 into black, which obviously you will use to break the pyros. So obviously that would give you a proc of your plate. You've got a shot at some multiply gems there, and then the suplex to do that. And obviously if you are facing a focused opponent as well, you will also get a 1 turn skip for your opponent. So nice little moveset. Like I said, a little bit risky, but it's a good moveset. It certainly works for the plate. So that is Dexter Lumis at number 4. And at number 3, it's time to believe again in Joe Hendry. So Hendry has his triple purple, which is a very low charge moveset, all 3 MP. You do the clothesline, it will make the bottom row into purple gems, which will make purples when broken, and it also increases your purple gem damage by 250% at max. Following on from that, you have the pop-up powerbomb, which makes 42 random gems into reinforce, which obviously is going to make the top 6 rows into reinforce because you've already laid down the pyros on the bottom row. And then the Freak of Nature can be used to turn those pyros into purple gems. So that's 1 row of purples makes 6 rows of purples, which breaks twice due to the reinforced gems. So a nice chunk of damage there, hopefully, from Joe Hendry. And that is our number 3, like I said, and very nice low charge moveset. And let's go to number 2. Okay, so number 2 on our list, I think, is probably someone that a lot of people would have thought of first when this plate came out, and that is Jacob Fatu of the New Bloodline. I'm sure this is a well-known moveset for a lot of people nowadays. So the headbutt makes a 7x1 into pyro gems, which will make multiplies of strength 6. This would be put onto the bottom row. You have the big boot, which makes a 7x2 into blue gems. The pin bar will not move. This will be used to break the pyro gems. And then you have the moonsault, which turns multiplies into purple. So refills both of these moves and lets you run it all over again. It's a nice, simple moveset, and definitely a very reasonable use for the plate. So yeah, Jacob Fatu, definitely a good option. But we do have one, I think, who is better. And we're going to go and take a look now at our final option at number 1. And coming in at number 1 then, we have the badass of the Vision, that is Braun Breaker. So you can see I don't have a Breaker myself, but my good buddy Godflow does, and he was kind enough to send me this image here. So triple purple for Braun Breaker. The running clothesline, you can make a 5x1 of pyros that will modify all gems into multiply gems. The standing Frankensteiner, you will destroy 5 pyros and then make the left column into row break gems, and the military press power slam, you can choose a 1x7 area to swap into purple gems. Now you can definitely double proc this. So if you make the pyros, put them towards the left side of the screen to start with, you can then hit the military press on the right side. Hopefully you don't cascade, and that would give you the ability to lay the pyros a second time. And then you can run the full moveset. You can hit the running clothesline, lay the pyros down, so you've got a full bottom row. You can hit the standing Frankensteiner, which is going to destroy your pyros. And then you can hit the military press power slam to break the column of row breaks and blow up the board. Now, you can run this a couple of ways. You could, in terms of basic plates, you could add a death row plate, which would, because it's an anniversary plate, would give you some additional multis. Or you could also run it with an insatiable hunger plate, just so that when you generate the row breaks, you're adding a little bit extra damage to your gems. The insatiable hunger, I believe, is 50% for one turn for creating row break gems. So yeah, that is Brawn Breaker as well, and that is our list. I will say with that triple purple, Flo does also seem to think you can triple proc that. I don't personally see how to do it, so by all means, Flo, if you want to drop a comment and tell us how, then feel free to do so. It's, yeah, that is our top 10 for the Piper's Power Plate Purple Edition. That is it for the video, so I hope this has been helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe, all the good stuff. And as per usual, drop a comment down below if there's anyone you can see that you think I've missed. It's certainly possible. As I say, every time I do one of these, I spend hours scrolling through the roster looking for people to use it on, so there is every chance I have missed someone, so please let me know if I have. Otherwise, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. All of the good stuff. Keep jamming, and have a nice day.